guys, welcome to my channel. How's it going? I hope you're all doing really well, and welcome to my 8-week pregnancy update. You may notice, if you have watched my other updates, that today I have makeup on and I actually look slightly more human than I have done in any of my other videos, and that is because the tablets I'm taking now seem to actually be working, but we will chat about that in a second. So for those of you that don't know, if it's your first time here, I'm Lucy, I'm 35, and I have two little girls who are 3 and 4. They will be nearly 4 and 5 when this baby arrives, if everything goes okay. So I am 8 weeks and 4 days pregnant now. It's the 29th of January. I had my booking appointment last week with the midwife, and I'm on my website, I'm on the baby centre website, which shows you like how big your baby is, and by week, and it tells you a little bit. So as I do every week, I'll just read off a little bit there so you can know how the baby is developing. I do have the sniffles, so I apologise about that now. Your baby is about the size of a kidney bean. You won't start to feel it yet, but her body is a tiny jumping bean too, moving in fits and starts. Your baby's head is larger than the trunk of the body and is bent over into the chest. Facial features are slowly becoming more defined as her upper jaw and nose take shape. She has little mounds where her ears will grow, and her eyes are now becoming more obvious, with eyelid folds partially covering them. Nerve cells in your baby's brain are branching out to form early neural pathways. The part of the brain responsible for the sense of smell is also taking shape. There's lots happening to your baby's body this week too. Her hands are developing ridges where her fingers will be. However, her ankle size and knees and toes are not yet distinct. The embryonic tail is almost gone, and the area will become her tailbone. And that's all it says this week. So the baby is the size of a kidney bean, which is like, I don't know, it's just over a centimetre maybe. So yeah, I had my booking appointment at the midwife last week, and everything has changed from when I had the girls. I had my last baby in 2015, and it has all changed since then. New things that they had to do, they did a carbon monoxide breathing breath thing that you had to blow into, and I've got my little tube here that I blew into. They do it all on computer now, which apparently isn't standard for the UK, which I really feel like it should be, but you know what the NHS is like at the minute, it's just in dire straits, and they had to really fight. So before, you used to get your maternity notes, which, wait there, you used to get your maternity notes in a bounty folder, which you still do get. There's a pen in there as well. However, it used to just be a big white folder, and everything about your pregnancy was put in the folder. It wasn't written on computers or anything. Everything was in this, and you had to take it everywhere with you. And they do say once you've got it, take it everywhere with you, have it in your bag. It's ginormous. But this has got like important information, antenatal stuff, scans, intrapartum, postpartum and neonatal. It's got everything in there that the midwife will write on. But they also have laptops where they write everything in, so that then if a midwife comes to your house for whatever reason, she can literally go on the laptop and it's all there for them to have, which I think is amazing. In the book, in the pack, you also got an Emma's Diary book, a Bounty You and Your Pregnancy book, screening tests for you and your baby. Now this has changed since the last time, because last time when I had Aria, who is 3, they used to do a Down syndrome test at the 12-week scan, where they would measure the little bit on the back of the baby's neck, whereas now they also do a blood test right afterwards, which tests for Edwards syndrome and Patau syndrome, I think. I'm not going to go into detail about these, but I'll leave links down below so you can look into them yourself if you want to. And these syndromes are very serious. They are life-threatening. Babies with these syndromes apparently don't tend to either make it to the birth or die very shortly afterwards. So they do these tests now, and then if you come back as a high risk, it used to be that you'd have an amniocentesis, which has a risk of miscarriage, which is a big needle. However, they now offer the Harmony test on the NHS if you are high risk. Harmony test is a non-invasive test that you can have done privately, which costs about £500. But if you are high risk on the NHS one, they will do it on the NHS now, which I think is amazing. Oh, I'm so sniffy. You also get a thing about how dippy eggs are now safe, because dippy eggs weren't safe. You weren't allowed them when I had the girls. But I was allowed steak last time, but I'm not this time. Like, not good steak anyway, and it's like medium rare, which is how I'd have it. You've got a vaccination leaflet about flu, whooping cough and German measles immunisations. I am booked in for all the vaccinations that I have. I'm not going to get into that with anybody. If anybody is an anti-vaxxer and wants to spout crap at me, that is your choice, but I will not be listening or engaging in those discussions. There's a blood clots one, a whooping cough one, and then there's just some NHS print-offs about births in the UK. So you get quite a lot of information in there. It's definitely worth sitting down and having a look. This week I have had a new pregnancy symptom, which is I am freaking cold all the time. I've had days when the girls are literally sat in pants because I've got the fire on, the heating on, and I'm sat in blankets and I'm freezing, like feel cold to my bones, and the girls are sat there in their pants, and Ben comes home and he's like, oh my God, it's boiling. But I just feel so cold. And I'm never ever cold. I'm always the one that's just like, put a coat on if you're cold, don't turn the heating on. Whereas now I'm just like, turning it up. I also finally went back to the doctor again and got some different medication, because I was on cyclizine, but it made me dizzy, so I couldn't drive. Then I was on ondansetron, which seemed to work, but then just stopped working, completely just stopped working. So now I'm on something that I'm not even going to bother trying to pronounce. I will put it on the screen here. And touch wood, I've been on it since Friday. It's now Tuesday, and I think I've only been sick once or twice, and I've only had like occasional bouts of nausea. So I'm really happy that it seems to be working. So yes, I'm currently sat eating nacho cheese tortilla Pringles, which are disgusting, but I just love them. They're so good, even though they are gross. Like, look at the colour of them. Oh, but they're just amazing. I love them. I am still kind of hit and miss with meat. I'm okay with chicken, but other meats I'm a little bit I'm not sure. So I did go off meat entirely apart from bacon with the girls, so we shall see this time. And for something interesting I did this morning, I'm just like, my brain's just like thinking of things, so that's why this is a bit garbled. I did a Chinese gender prediction. I will link it down below, and it does your lunar age at the time of conception, and it was right for the girls. It said I would have girls both times, and this time it says a boy, so we will see. Because although I was sick with the girls, I never felt sick with the girls. I feel a million times worse this time than I did the previous 2 times, so we shall see if that is true. If you've done it, let me know. I'll link it down below. Let me know if it was right for you and your babies. But yeah, the midwife is really nice. I do have to have the GTT test again, which is a gestational diabetes test, because my BMI is high, which I knew was going to be the case. So that's not something to look forward to, and I've just got to really hope. I've got to try and eat better than Pringles and Kit Kats. Hopefully I won't develop gestational diabetes. I'll show you my belly. I'm not actually going to show you my belly there, am I? Because nobody wants to see a 35-year-old belly. So you have to excuse my washing on the floor. You can sort of see there's my C-section overhang and just bloat. There's no actual belly yet. It is just bloat. I have got my trousers pulled up really high as well, because if anything actually sits on my stomach, even with these tablets, it just makes me feel sick. So I've got my tracky bottoms pulled up, super high waisted. But yeah, that was my 8-week update. If you are expecting or have recently had a baby or are trying to have a baby, let me know, because I love to make friends with all new mums and to know all about everybody else's pregnancies. If there's any other pregnancy channels that you watch, let me know, because I'm really interested to watch those. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will hopefully see you next week for week 9 if everything goes okay. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye guys.